First of all, what we're going to start with today is we're first of all going to be looking at the pairs we analyzed yesterday, and we will be looking at how well or how bad they were as of today before we move into the new pairs that we're going to be talking about for today. So, with no further ado, let's start with the UK oil. And that's what you can see on the chart right now. The UK oil was very profitable as we were able to close with over 380 pips on this one. We saw that move, we saw that rejection yesterday, we saw this buy move, the rejection, and we saw price keep going to the upside on this one. So, profitable trade, we took that out. And is there any opportunity we're still looking forward to on this one? I think there is. First of all, we should acknowledge the fact that we are still within a supply zone. Okay, we had a breakout of that supply zone earlier this morning around this area. We saw that supply zone broke out, and then which emphasizes that the price of the UK oil appears to continue to go to the upside at this point. So if you allow me, let me delete the position meter since we already knew that we are profitable here, and then we will be having something like this. So I want us to look at what we have right now, if we'll still have positions lining up for us at this point in time in the market. So if you allow me, I want to delete all those ones, and then let's zoom in to structure. First of all, we can't ignore this bullish trend line that we've identified. This line has helped us, has guided us into a profitable trade yesterday, and I think we should extend that line to see how price is going to react to that line. Are we going to see price continue to respect that line, or are we going to have a breakdown of that line at this point? Well, the first thing we'll want to notice here is that we have an impulse leg to work with at this point. We have this impulse leg that ran through into 115.4. And if we look at it closely, we saw something like this. After taking profit, hitting our profit target around here, price retraced a little bit into 113.65, though didn't touch that trend line before we saw that move to the upside at this point. So one thing at this point is this: we still don't have any setup on the 1 hour time frame to work with. If we want to join the trend, then we want to be looking for price to respect that trend line. Then we see structure that supports a trend continuation to the upside. However, we don't have that at this point, so I want us to scale down to, let's say, the 15 minutes time frame, and let's see what is happening on the 15 minutes time frame. Now that we've broken the supply zone, I want to hide this supply zone at this point, and let's find a level we can work with from this area. Now, looking closely with our line charts switched on, we have something around here. We have a structure like a key level around 114.2, which is around this area. So we will be having something like this. Let me make this a little bit thicker, and then we'll label it 114.2 key level at 114.200, I guess. And let's place this right at the top. So we have a key level right at this point after the breakout of that supply zone we identified earlier, and then we have something like this. So going into the New York session, I want to implore that we look at the structure this key level as a guide going into the New York session, and we want to be looking for a reversal pattern right at the top or on top of this key level, which might also share a confluence with that bullish trend line, after which we see a breakout of structure and a confirmation to join the rally to the upside. So with this being said, with that structure at this point, where will our take profit target be from this area? If we look left, we can see we had a structure here, we had a reversal pattern here, after which we saw the breakout of structure, retest of structure, and price move to the upside. So we want to be using this level as our impulse leg, which we want to be projecting into the future, where we will be looking forward to the take profit targets within the 127 to 127.2% retracement of that impulse leg. So we will be having something like this at this point, at least a minimum of 116.7 thereabout. Now, before we make conclusions on this one, there's also another thing we might want to be looking out for at this point. Let's see what's on the daily time frame. On daily time frame, if we bring out our line chart here, we can see that we have a structure around this area. So I want to make this a little bit yellow. We had a structure around here. So let me make this blue. So we can see that we had selling opportunity here. We had the buying opportunity here. We had a resistance level here. We had a resistance level here as well. And then we had one here too during the beginning of the month. And for me, that level appears to be more of a supply zone, as we have stated earlier. Khan is back on. Good morning, Khan. I asked after you earlier. So this is the scenario we have on UK oil at this point. And then we have so it appears this level wants to be broken at this point. So going back to our 15 minutes time frame, we have that level. So we said we want to be looking for structures to come back into this area to join the potential bullish momentum. However, it is pertinent to note that this impulse leg might see price do a retracement at the culmination of that what's it called, that impulse leg here. So we don't know when this impulse leg is going to end. So probably somewhere around here, we could be having a retracement into the golden zone area, which is within 50 and 78.6% retracement before we see trend continuation to the upside. So what I want us to be looking out for is this. We want to hold on after taking our profit. We want to hold on at this point because there's a possibility that those who actually took advantage of that bullish run that started yesterday might want to do quick sells, and that quick sells might see a retracement into that golden zone area before we finally see signs that project that we might be going bullish. So it's appropriate that we hold on a little bit and let's see what happens. So let's use this key level as our guide going into the New York session. If we see a break into this level and we see multiple rejection of that level, then that's a sign that we can buy. However, if we see a breakdown of that key level, of this key level here, we see a breakdown of that key level, then probably want to be seeing a retracement into that golden zone area, which we identified earlier before we now start seeing that bullish move. to the upside. And that retracement and that golden zone area, allow me to identify that right now. Mind you, we can't identify that yet, sorry, because we don't know when the retracement phase will end. But wherever the retracement head ends, sorry, wherever the impulse ends, then we want to be looking for retracement into the golden zone area. And how do we know that the impulse leg has ended? We want to be looking for reversal structure right above here to confirm that the impulse has ended, after which we look for retracement into the golden zone area where we look for opportunity to the upside. And please don't forget, I said the key level at 114.200 is also an area where we want to be looking at if we see multiple rejections or structures that support price is likely to move to the upside from that area. So that is that on the UK oil. Yes, we will be looking at US oil afterwards. So we want to quickly run through the pairs we talked about yesterday and let's see how well they are doing. And I'm excited that we are actually doing very, very well on I think 90% of the pairs we analyzed yesterday. So on the Euro USD, we are profitable already and we are running in about how many pips in profit now? We're running close to 100 pips, 97 pips in profit. So this is what we have on the Euro USD, and prices are already heading into that key level we identified on the daily time frame, the key level at 1.05200, which also shares a confluence with the bearish trend line that we identified yesterday at this point. So for those who took that counter trend opportunity, well done guys. And price is almost into take profit targets, so I am very sure, I hope you've moved your stop loss to break even. And right now, if price moves into this key level area, now we want to be looking for a reversal pattern around this area to take advantage of that sell continuation to the downside, as this move to me at this point looks more like a retracement phase of that impulse leg we identified on the daily time frame. If you look at what we have here, this is what we have, and that's that impulse leg on the daily time frame here. And we want to be looking forward to probably price respecting this trend line at this point, this trend line here, this bearish trend line, where we will be seeing a trend continuation to the downside. However, there is a possibility that we can be having a breakout of that trend line, that temporary trend line, where we see a retest of that trend line. Then we should be looking for opportunities that will guide us into a momentum further up, and we'll probably be looking at this area at this point, though that's long-term perspective anyway. So this is the scenario we're expecting on Euro USD. So if your position is running right now, I will advise that we move our stop loss to a considerable area where at least we can take some profits